Hello JH lovers, welcome back again to my channel. If you're new here, you're welcome. Kindly subscribe to this channel and turn your notification bell on. This is the tutorial on how you can make your bust caging. Here is the pattern cup already made from the drafted corset. So this is one part of the cup right here, and this project was really a very quick one that I had to just deliver for 2 days, and this is the only area where I could film, so I'm just sharing this with you guys so you know. So far I've been able to cut out this Duchess fabric to make each of these patterns, and I left half an inch for sewing allowance in between it and the upper area as well. So here is the stay. I already pressed this SD on it. So like I said earlier, I already done all those just to make my work quick so I can deliver this. It's just 2 days for me to actually deliver this to my client. So here is it. I'll be going straight to my machine now, and then I'll be merging this together and come back and show you all how it is. This is it. As you can see, I already made this with half an inch, joining it together, and so I'll flip this now to the wrong side. Then I'll be notching it just because of the pointed area at the on the front side, so it looks curvy and smooth. So after doing that, the next thing I will do now, as you can see how it is looking now, the next thing I'm going to be doing off the camera, I'll take it to my tailor's arm and then I'll press it, opening the stitched area, and then here is the side which will be going to the center of my corset dress. I'll be shaping this now as it is looking on the picture that I am doing. So I'll just be shaping this before starting the necessary caging. So I'll curve it more so it is looking the way I want it to be. So after doing that, now the next thing I will be doing is showing you all how to go about the bust caging. So now here is the cup. I already placed it on a ball shape so you can see clearly what I'm doing here. So here is the bone I'll be using for this bust caging. As you can see, here is the front and this is the inside of the bone. So the inside is what you'll be placing like so on the wrong side of your cup. So you'll be shaping it this way. So you'll be shaping it as much as you want to, depending on how wide and big your cup is. So on this my cup, I'll just be going outlining, let's say 4 by 4 or 4 by 5. So this is me here just trying to indicate the lines where I will be passing the bonus through. So here is it. You can actually go do yours by 1 inches to 1.5 or 2 inches depending on your preference, but I will be going with 1.5 inches wide for my bust. So this is just me here trying to make a bust shape, a bust kind of shape in this cup. So now this is it. I'm transferring the lines now to the other side so it is looking the same thing with each lines. So now after doing this, the first thing you need to do, whenever you're starting your bones, this is the first place you'll be putting your bone. So then the next thing you will do, you will make sure 1.5 inches to your area to the side where you want your other lines to start from. So here is it. Then when you're done with those lines, you connect it. You put your last bone connecting it like so to meet up with the other side. So I will be showing you all how you can go about it, but before doing that you have to leave half an inch round your cup for turning in the lining. So here is it. As you can see how far I've gone, I already made the center part. Like I said earlier, I've started it from the center part before, sewing in every other line. So the center and this other line and this other lines. So I've done that part too. So what is left now is the round one that will make it 4 by 5. So I'll be passing this through like so. Can you see? So I'll leave half an inch before putting this so that I won't be making any mistake. Take my measuring tape and then I'll measure half an inch. After doing that, I'll be sewing it from there. And when I'm done sewing this, I'll take the last one, which is going to be serving as a covering for the bust. I'll be sewing it around this area, and that will be all for the bust caging. So here is the fabric I'm using for this dress. For the dress I am making, this is a sequenced fabric, and here is the final look of the cup. As you can see how lovely this is looking and shapy, and as you can see the half-inches allowance for the sewing, for sewing allowance. So here I'll place the fabric like so. So just make sure whatever you are placing on your cup is well laid. That is, if you're not going to be using Ankara or whatever you're going to be using for this. So here is what I am using. So just to achieve a very nice cup and what your clients desire, you just have to, use this method. So the first thing I did, I pinned the center part, which is the up and down of this cup. I pinned it into the fabric, and here is it. I'm cutting around this fabric right now, around the cup area, and I'm leaving some excess there just to serve as, guide. So now, as you can see, I already cut out this. So it, as you can see. So the next thing I'll do, I'll take my needle and thread, and then I'll be starting my sewing, my blind sewing, just to merge everything together on that half an inch allowance. So I'll merge it to the upper area side of the cup, and then after doing that, I'll finish the stitch, and then I'll start up the sewing on the other side, which is this side of the cup. So I'll tighten this now, and then I'll cut it, and then I'll start all over again from the upper area of this cup to the midpoint of the down area where the dart is. I hope you all understand this. So I'm just trying to secure the fabric into the bust caging I just made. So just follow and you understand better what I'm doing. So now after doing this, you come to realize that you have excessive fabric left at this area, which is the down part of the cup, the midpoint. So just pay attention now and watch closely on how I'll be doing it. So the first thing I'll do, I'll trim out the excess from the cup. So I'll trim out this area too. That is after you might have secured everything down with your stitch. So now I'll trim out this. Just make sure when you're trimming it out, you don't trim out those shaking sequence material out, because this is really the design of the fabric and the dress you're making. So what I'll do next, I'll come to this down area of the cup where I have this excess fabric left. So I'll be cutting in between the excess fabric here, and then I'll be placing it on each other. I'll be laying it like so. Just make sure whatever you're cutting is not much, so you place it like so, So if you see it like this, as it is now, I'm not really okay with it, so I will trim out those sequence now. So just make sure whatever you're trimming out is not really much, so you can, easily place it on each other. So this is how it is looking now, as you can see. So what I'll do, I'll continue my sewing now. That is after you might have, cut it and place it on each other, so you can, secure everything together, so it is well laid. So you continue your sewing. So now just continue sewing it. You can actually do this with your, sewing machine, but I'm just doing this so you can see it and, understand better what I am doing here. Please, if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, kindly do so. Help me to like this and comment below where you're watching this video from. So now, after doing it, after sewing it through to meet up with where I started the sewing the other time, I will stop from there, and make sure you don't cut your thread out, just the excess fabric when you're cutting it. So this is the cup now. You can actually do this now that I want to do after your dress is being done, but I'm choosing to make it now so you can see. So I'll be sewing it blindly. Remember where we place on each other the other time? So this is me. I'm just sewing it through so it is not looking obvious after everything is done. So I'll be sewing it through with my needle, and make sure whatever needle you're using is a blind needle. You can get this anywhere. So when you're done sewing it to the upper area where you end your cutting, continue your sewing from that upper area down to where you started from, following the lines whereby you can see that, okay, this is still open, so it is well secured. Now just note that I am not really sewing this in between the caging area. I'm only sewing this through the fabric I'm working with, which is the lapped fabric I did earlier. So just make sure your needle doesn't go in between your caging area. So as you can see how firm this is looking, so you just continue your sewing till you meet up with the hand area there, so you can tight your thread. So that will be all for this bust caging. I hope you all enjoy this tutorial, guys. Please, if you haven't subscribed, kindly do so. Subscribe to my channel, guys. And if you love this video and you want more of this type of video, comment below and I will do well to respond to you all. See how lovely this is looking. So this is where you'll be sewing alongside your dress. You start from the midpoint. Just make sure when you're starting your corset dress, you start your cup from the midpoint. So here is it. So here is what my client ordered for on the mannequin being pinned, and this is what I delivered in 2 days, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.